Day 2, and I'm expecting, not just hoping, I'm expecting that y'all had a win yesterday because you set realistic agreements with yourself, but while pushing yourself, because this is a challenge to level up, right? We're not here to just stay the same. We're here to really push that and really push the testing of our agreements. So I'm hoping that you've got, your card and you circled a big win on there, because I do think it's very important to be tracking this, and really celebrating it. What I want in the first 72 hours of the 21-day challenge is for you to find a big win that you either share in the group or share with a friend. And the reason for this is I want you to be flooding your brain with how good this feels, how awesome it is to have the big win. And you're gonna know which agreement that is that makes you stretch. Maybe, like I put no social media for the first hour. That's a big stretch for me. So I made sure to go in my bathroom, go wherever there's a mirror. You need to look yourself in the eyes and celebrate yourself. Way to go, Amy. I am so happy that you stayed off social media. This allowed you to have a great morning and get a lot done, like whatever it may be that you did. I shared this years ago, my Smarty story, when I decided to start writing things down. I knew that I didn't want to be having any simple sugar candies, because even though I could technically build it in calorically, it's not good for me. So I was at the store and I was having the battle in my head. I just call it the mental masturbation of do I have it? Do I not? Oh, I can start tomorrow. This is not that big of a deal. So what if you wrote this down? This is before I really was tracking things or anything like that. This was literally just when this kind of came out. I think I was just a few days into using, the system of writing it down. And so in the store, there was these Smarties. They're like giant Smarties. They call them Rockets in Canada, and they're so good. They're pure sugar, terrible, terrible. But I put them in my cart, and then I walked around the store and had this, fight with myself, and I ended up putting it back. So I'm like, Amy, you wrote down that you shouldn't have it. And even though technically you could have it post-workout, you know darn well you're really trying to work this system here in a negative way, and this is just not your best self. So I didn't buy them. And as much as some people are a big deal, this was a big deal for me. And I really needed to show myself that my word mattered. And so as soon as I got into my truck, I'm like, way to go, Amy. I patted myself on the back and I looked at myself in my rearview mirror in the car, and I'm like, you did it. This feels amazing. This is what you should be doing. And I really exaggerated. Did I really feel like I was that excited over the Smarties? Probably not. But I need to trick my brain. And this is what you're doing these first few days. You need to trick your brain into thinking this card is etched in stone, and you have to do it. Believe me when I say this, by day 5 or 6, you're gonna feel like a beast. You're gonna feel amazing. You're gonna believe in yourself so much more than you did on day 1 if you continue this. So find something to celebrate. It's very important to be celebrating wins, not just with yourself in the mirror, but that's one of the things I want you to do, but also sharing it with either a friend, or come in the group and just start a post and say, this is my big win and I'm here to do my homework and celebrate. All right. Day 2, we've got it in the bag. Whenever you're watching this, I don't care if it's 10 o'clock at night on day 2, you better look at your card one last time and make sure that everything on there is done to your best ability and get a day 2 win.